Hi, my name is Liam McCartney. I am doing my presentation over split level housing. I figured it'd be good to start it off with a example of a famous split level house. It's kind of from an older show, The Brady Bunch. It was kind of popular around my mom's era of TV watching and stuff like that. I'm not very familiar with the show, but I did do a little bit of research onto the actual house. It's got a pretty spacious porch with three front view windows popping out the front, and then it's got a little extension out the side. It's a very nice house, very good example of split level housing. Uh, it's about the only famous example I can think of, because I guess another, if you really want to dive deep into it, it could be the house from The Amazing World of Gumball. I believe that is also a split level house, but stuff like that. You can kind of see now from where it's popularized. You can see that it's very popular with large families that have to fit a bunch of space. All right, moving on to the actual slideshow. Uh, Getting into where it started. It started mid 1900s, kind of during the after-war baby boom. A bunch of families in North America were struggling to find housing. Well, not because of anything terrible. It's because we were prospering as a country, and kind of had a little baby boom there. How tall were the buildings? Typically, they were 3 stories, basement, living area, bedrooms up top. That's typically how it ran. Uh, what materials they use? It's just the basic stuff, concrete, siding, metal, copper for the wiring, stuff like that, wood for framing. Basic, nothing fancy with the building supplies. Sometimes bricks were used for visual effects or wood. I've seen some with wood sidings that look very good, but that's kind of just the main material, just basic stuff. 3 standout features. Some of the more common features, at least in engineering terms: unity, contrast, and balance. That's a big three on the split level housings for me. It's got good unity because it has good contrast. That's what I kind of believe there. Because the contrast between typically a concrete or bricking bottom paired with a top of wood siding, plastic siding, etc., etc., it makes a good uh, feeling of unity. Both the materials pair very well and make a solid contrast, and that also plays into the balance. The balance of the contrast is very pleasing. All right, slide number 2. Design principles in action. Uh, like again mentioned before, contrast, unity, and balance, very, very prominent in the split level housing. Local examples. I don't have a bunch of local examples. I live out in the country. Uh, it's mostly farmhouse, ranch house. What's the other one? Modern. I've been seeing a lot of modern pop up recently in the newer houses. Stuff like that. Famous architects who made this style. No one really made this style. It kind of just popped up. All of a sudden, this neighborhood's building split levels, and that neighborhood's building split levels, and boom, you got split level houses everywhere. How it functions. It was used, as I mentioned before when I was giving you the famous examples, it's used for families who had uh, big booms or just have a large family to start out with. It can fit a lot of people for cheap space cost. It can fit up to 8 people on average, I believe, in a split level house. At least that's what I've seen in examples. Where it's used today, in neighborhoods mostly. I don't see it a ton out in the rural areas, but sometimes you can fall on it. And the the newer neighborhoods getting built, sometimes they have those. Uh, Final thoughts. Styles, as mentioned before, that are most common in my neighborhood are the ranch, the farmhouse, and the modern. Uh, it kind of reflects the culture, middle of podunk nowhere. You got a bunch of farmers, a bunch of junkers, stuff like that. You know, you gotta have ranch if you're living out on a ranch. You know. How does your chosen style reflect the culture of the people who designed it? Uh, as I said earlier, there wasn't really one specific person that designed it, but I think the general thought that was coming from split level housing was to be space efficient and family efficient. Well, the pros and cons of the building style. Pros, as I said before, space efficient. It's generally cheap. That's why it's kind of everywhere in the neighborhoods, and it looks pleasing. That's a big thing with neighborhood housing that's efficient. It has to look pleasing as well. So, I mean, you can go to a neighborhood worth billions of dollars, and you're going to see split level housing just because it looks nice. All right, I think that is it. Thank you for listening.